Do you know what vocal registers are? Pretty important for beginner singers and speakers to understand the 4 main ways that the voice works, with a distinct vibratory pattern in the vocal cords, with a distinct configuration in the muscles and tissues of the larynx. And we need to find them and develop them before we can blend them, which will be another topic. My name is Ronni Letterman. My websites are vocalfocus.com and voice-movement.com. Welcome. So we're going to dive right into these registers. What are they? So the lowest one is Fry. Think of Lurch in the Addams Family. Those of you who are old enough to know Lurch, or you could look him up online, but he was really hilarious character back then, and he used the Fry predominantly. You rang. So I felt a sense of depth and freedom. It's kind of cavernous if you do it right. You don't want to be like tight on that one. Yeah, it takes a little practice to get really loose. I find that to be a quick vocal warm-up and relaxation thing to do. The next point is the chest register, and that's the most common register. It's used most often in the voice. It's used for speaking, like I'm speaking right now, in my chest register. The head register is sweet and sobby. Sweet and sobby, very melodramatic. And it's okay to play around and explore these sounds in your own body. Whistle is the 4th register. It's the one used the least. However, I don't suggest that you try it unless it comes very natural to you. Like Mariah Carey would get up there and really sing some gorgeous high notes up there, but most of us mortals, cannot sing very well in our whistle register, but there are people that can. If you can do this, do not force it or try it if you've never done it before. But if you can get your voice into this tiny little, like I think of it as a cartoon character mouse. I don't even have to open my mouth for it. And if I held on to it, I would be in whistle register. Again, you know, it took me a while to develop that. I didn't do it at first. It took me a few years of relaxing and not forcing. It has to feel extremely easy or you can't do it. All of these registers should feel extremely easy. For most people, the only one that feels easy is chest. Once you practice speaking in these sounds, in these 4 registers, it will help you sing. It's good to practice speaking them first in a very free, easy way. So both genders should be able to sing in head register and in chest register. There are very few women that don't have any chest register or don't have a developed chest register, and they need to develop that to have a fuller sounding voice and more low notes. It's more common to see men without a head register, and some of them will have a very tight, airy sounding falsetto, and some women will too. Anybody can develop their head register and should to have more range. So we're going to do some exercises now to explore these registers. Please start them in a relaxed upper body, meaning that your face is relaxed, your lips are relaxed, your neck and shoulders are relaxed. You're not putting undue strain into your voice. You want to breathe through your mouth just a few times slowly and deeply and feel that space of a lot of breath flow and hopefully not a noisy breath. When we do head voice exercises, don't think high, think tilt, think spilling the air forward, and I like to use my hands. Woo! And I'm bringing that kind of sobby, sweet sound, which is my head voice. I'm spilling the air forward over my hands. Woo! Woo! You notice that my exercises are always outside of the body so that we don't think of things happening in the throat. The throat has to just be free for airflow. We don't feel the voice if we're doing it right. And uncivilized when you do these exercises. This is not the way we usually speak, right? We're going to speak in an unusual, larger than life way, a little bit melodramatic. So, very sobby. Can we speak? It kind of feels low and sweet and sobby, and that is head voice. It doesn't have to go up so high. It can be lower down, right? Like I'm doing. Nice things to do are like, yoo-hoo, like you're calling to a friend. very silly, again, very uncivilized, or that you drop something, whoops. And so everything should be spontaneous. Don't overthink your head voice, because we're not used to using it. We're used to using our chest voice so much, but just try to get into a spontaneous mode with these sounds and just think melodramatic. Don't worry about being a little bit uninhibited. You have to be, because if this is closing off, you are inhibiting yourself and you're actually straining your voice. Chest voice, to develop that a little bit more, I like to do a few things. One is just to call out, hey, you. Another one is to chew and hum in a very buzzy, free, ringy sort of way, in a very relaxed face. Ma. And then I'm just bringing all that vibration and freedom into my speaking syllable ma. So I'm not making a separation between the two. They're one sound. And that's a nice way to get your chest voice warmed up too. My next favorite exercise I like to do with men a lot who don't have a developed head voice, and their high notes are in this breathy, tight falsetto, which we don't want. So if you thought of your right hand as being the keyboard, you're in a keyboard, air keyboard, right hand is the high notes, left hand are the low notes, and we're just going to go woo, 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 as easy as we can. Woo, woo. We can go down a little bit too, right? Woo, 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 woo. Low notes, wah, 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 wah. And then try to do this. Woo, wah, woo, wah, woo, wah. Lots of airflow. Again, a little uncivilized, as free as you can. And this often loosens up the male voice and helps them alternate between head and chest. You don't want to be grabbing in between. And woo, wah, woo, wah, woo, wah. They can be on one breath. You don't have to breathe in between either. I want to teach you today is that you can take these speech sounds and you can just keep saying them. And if you keep saying them, they automatically and magically become your singing voice, maybe a different singing voice than you've ever experienced. So if you went like, woo, 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 if you can continue that quality without closing down and straining, you will be singing in a very free head voice. Same thing for chest voice. Ma. And if you can do that, we can start to noodle them. So we can go woo, woo, woo. We kind of play around with them, and just keep that quality. Nothing has to change here. And that's the freedom of singing well. It's also really good for your speaking voice. Same thing with chest voice. I just kind of noodled around, right? I kind of played around with the pitch, just changed it a little tiny bit. So hope this was helpful. My websites, again, are vocalfocus.com, voice-movement.com. Great teaching you guys online today. I hope you learned something. Any questions, please feel free to ask. And please subscribe if you liked this and want to hear more vocal tips from me. And please like my video. And I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.